Hey guys, welcome back to my devlog. It's been a little bit. Did some good amount of stuff since last time. Last time I just had a little room manager, but now I kind of added a whole game manager. Edited also the room manager, and also added being able to count players and all that. Because the goal of this is to have 1 to 4 players. This is gonna be a co-op roguelike. So yeah, this is kind of where we're at right now. You start it. Here's just a little thing I'm testing right now with upgrades, but that's not even near completed, so not gonna bother showing that. But as you can see, UI is a little different. The little player icon. You have your health at the bottom, and then you also have XP bar at the top. So you're gonna be able to gain XP throughout matches, and then you're going to be able to buy upgrades at the beginning of matches based on your level. So playing more will help and make the game easier upon time. So, you come on, you're going to hear this music now in the background. That's one of the things I was added. There's different types of creatures, and so I expanded upon it. So I can have different types of creatures and multiple spawners in one level. And each different creature actually does its own XP and gains different gold amounts, which that's a huge story, because that was not fun. That was a lot of work, and it's not as easy as I wanted that to be. A weird workaround, not the best, but kind of what I had to do for now. So let's just go and look into the project. Yeah, so here you go. As you can see now in the level, there's actually 3 spawners. Before I was only having 1 spawner. But if we go back into the room manager, I just created an array of the creature spawners instead of just having 1. That's just going to allow for more different combinations and not just having 1 creature all the time, or just letting it be completely random and messing things up. Rather just do it this way. Just gonna make it a lot easier, more creative output this way. Yeah, and then so we worked a lot of stuff. There's on killed creature right here. This is basically subscribing to the event on each spawner. Every time a creature is killed, it's gonna check if it's the max enemies. If it is, we're going to call the game manager now. We do not really have this through game manager. We're doing this all through the room manager. But yeah, now we're going to do calling that room cleared. And then we have still getting our players this way. And then so if all the players are here and if they're locked, then we will unlock all of the doors for the players. So yeah, on room entered, you get each agent, each player, and basically, it's gonna lock that door for them. You're gonna remove it from the ignore list, so then the barrier, they can't go back, and then it'll grant them their item, and then if all the players are going, it'll close and lock the door, and then it'll enable the spawner, and then you're ready to actually start the round. And so here's what I added: the game manager. A lot of stuff, but it was a lot of just copy and paste stuff from room manager and just moving it over, so it's a little nicer. You're also gonna notice there's upgrade things. Not gonna keep it in here. Gonna have our own upgrade manager just to keep it a little bit clean, because I know it's a little messy, but try to do the best I can. So I had to play your stats. So each player will have X amount of lives. Start with 1, and then they'll have a coin multiplier, damage multiplier, and all that. Each time they die, they set their lives that. If they don't have any more lives, it's going to return, or they're on their last life, it's going to return true. If not, it's going to be false. This is all just upgrade stuff. We'll talk about that probably next time. Not really into that. And now here, player counter. This is just making sure that I know how many players are in it. I thought this was just the easiest way of doing it. There's a lot of workarounds, weird things with this, but this is what I ended up going with. Now, with all the gold granting, I said before, with each enemy gets a different amount of gold. That was definitely a interesting workaround. You can't really directly set a value for each creature unless it's score, but then you can't get that score through verse, which I wish that was true, because then I would just use the score as gold. But since you can't, this is kind of my workaround. We just have a small gold, medium gold, big gold, and then a boss gold. Each would just have different values. I think it's like 50, 75, 125, and 300 or something. But basically, we just have different values, and so I've had to go right here, creature small, So there's an array of creature managers. Create a creature manager for each creature I want. And if it's small, like a small creature only gonna give like 50 gold or a small amount of XP, it's just gonna subscribe to that and call the small gold grantor and give it. And same thing with the medium, big, and boss. Here's the music player. This is where we're also doing in the room manager. It's calling room cleared and room start. It's calling it right here, making sure, hey, we play music, so we can jam out when we're killing creatures and all of that, having a good groovy time. And then this is the map. This is just making sure we map each player to their specific values all up here. This is kind of allowing us to have each player have their own set of variables and lives and gold and all that stuff. So yeah, how I'm adding players to each one is on player added. Every time it's getting subscribed up here. Where is it? The player counter. Each time a player is added, it calls this function right here, basically saying like, hey, is this player already in the map? If not, we're going to subscribe and add them to the map, subscribe to all these events. So if it's eliminated, take the live away, initialize it on the player stats, which that's for all the XP and everything that'll cross over from game to game, making sure we can keep their XP the same. And so not every time they go into a game, they have to reset their XP. And I think they can come back and leave whenever they want. Also creating the XP slider, that was something. UI definitely can be easy or really hard depending on what you're doing. And then this is just making sure it's adding to the team. This is more for upgrades and how I'm doing lives and all that. Won't touch too much on that right now. I'm still working through that. On player remove, that's just removing the player. Here's the on death. So basically just get the character and just calling the last little thing, the death. And again, if it's on this last life, doing the teams thing. Talk about more of that next time because that's a little icky workaround. I wish there was more customization with the island settings and team settings, but there's not right now. So I'm not going to complain, just going to work around getting player count. That's just a little easy function. Now, on the player killed creature, this is going to be all the same. Not the prettiest code. Wish I could work around it. We'll see if I can make it more pretty later, but right now this is just how I'm going to keep it. This is the same function, basically just copy and pasted, which is, I don't like that, but again, don't feel like working around that and making it pretty right now, so I'm just going to keep it. But so a kill creature small, basically you just get the player stats, and then you're going to add score, which is the XP, and then you're also going to grant them that gold. You're going to update that UI, and then you're also going to check it just in case if they level up, then you can actually level them up. Again, same for all the creatures. Now, the UI was had some problems with it. There's times where it wouldn't be adding on right away. I would add the XP, but it'd still be with the pass XP, and then I'd have to level up again just to get the pass one, and it was just basically one kill behind or one XP game behind every time. And really, the fix I had for that was just getting the current score and all that. And so we check it right here, make sure it's all matching, and we level it up, or where's the XP? So then we come here. This is where all our XP stuff is handling. We have a player stats table. This is basically just all the stats we need to cross over from game to game, make sure everything gets saved. It's persistible somewhere. Persistible right here. So that's basically just saying, hey, we're keeping it. And then with the player stats manager, this is where we're going to be doing all the increasing, decreasing, whatever we need to do. So we have our add score right here. It's basically just getting all the old scores, and we're going to set the XP from the current score plus the new score, which takes in a new int right there and gets the agent. Now the level up is basically taking the player and it's going to reset the XP, but then increase the level by 1. And then how I'm going to increase my level XP just by 500 right now. Could change it. We'll see. I don't know. And now if we go back to the game manager, this is just checking the level up. So now if the score is more than the current, then we go back and we actually level up the agent, and then we want to update the UI. Again, the UI was always behind. The reason for that was because I was not doing this F check. I was just trying to get the values right away from right here, this current score, and that was always the old one. So what I had to do to fix that really was just get some current player stats and then get the new max in that function, and then we just set it right here. And then, so right here is all the UI. This is creating the UI. This is what I wish was better. I created a widget for my like health and the player icon, which was really simple, nice. I like actually placing my UI instead of coding it. This web dev stuff is not the most fun to do, but it's kind of what we have to work around because we're doing a value that's created inverse, and we can't really publish that value to the view model in the widget. But so here, this is creating the XP bar. I'm gonna have to do this for gold too if I want to have a custom gold thing and output, which sucks because I really thought gold would have been a value in the view model, but it's not. Epic, please fix that. So we're just creating a slider. We're setting the max value to the max XP. The min value is also going to be 0, and then we're just setting the value to the player's XP. Just creating a little overlay, create the slider right here, set it to the top. Going to be resetting and changing up the UI. I know it needs to look a lot more pretty. Just little quick prototype things. Over slot, we're going to have just saying, hey, this is your level. You're setting the dynamic text here, level, whatever. So inverse, if you ever want to set a specific number or anything, changing it through the UI, set dynamic text, localize, and then you just put the int or whatever value you want and create as a message. And right there, easy. And once you know it though, if you don't know what you're doing, then kind of a lot of workarounds, a lot of researching. Definitely went through a lot of time just to find that my first time. Here's just all boring little update UI, so we just can take the agent slider and just set the value and all that, update the max and all that fun stuff. So here is all my room cleared and room entered, just keeping it in the game manager because it's gonna be the same for all players. The room's clear. This is just gonna be more for gaining XP and gold per room. Right now I just have the gold right now. So grant, it's for just doing a for loop. That's the best way because you can't really change the value in these grant items, which again, wish you could, but you can't. One of the restrictive things about UEFN, but hopefully in the future they change that. Makes sense, but not the developer for them. So then just a for loop grants the gold that amount of times for how many rooms cleared, and then you also just stop the song, and then the room enter is basically just the song. Get the random song, play it, and we're good. Okay, now this is basically what it looks like in the editor. So we still have our player spawn. Here's a little sound, just up, that's the button. Sounds up, here we go, here's the sound. Have our radio, player counter. Again, it's not doing much instead of just, hey, get the player count every time player arrives. Here's the HUD controller. This is where I haven't done much yet, but it was just a little start thing to turn off the old health, and we'll turn off the resources. We'll have to edit the weapon selection as well. We'll make that look pretty. And here we go. Here's 3 spawners again. That's all the same. Here's the creature map I'm talking about. Right now I just have one of each. This is our range. I'm saying this is medium. Again, I didn't really change any of this right now because I think I don't need to at this moment. Probably will in the future just to make it different than other people. But we go on the game manager and we just set each one to their thing. And so I have the three gold item granters. So you just get the gold, set the item quantity, which I wish this was the variable we could change, or they had some function to change that. But at this moment, not. So we'll work around. And then we have right here our island setting, make sure it's a spawn pad. We will also be creating team settings. That should be somewhere in here. We'll find it, but that's going to be more next time. Right here. Next time I'm going to be showing you more about switching the team settings, because that's how I'm going to be doing the different kind of abilities and all that. Not the greatest way of doing it, but kind of what we just have to do. I'll also play in the upgrades because this is right now it's just a little test upgrade button, making sure. And then the damage amplifier, that's going to be another little cool power up. Even though, good thing I tested her out right away because that multiplier was like 2, or yeah, it was ×2, and that's really, really OP, especially in these early rounds. But that's basically all I've done this time. Again, next time is going to be a lot more of the upgrades. Hopefully we'll make the UI pretty. Because yeah, it's a little ugly right now. I have some sketches in mind. But right now, it's just doing that. We can show off the quick widget, which just is really, really nice and easy once you know what you're doing. At first, again, it's not, but once you get in the hang of it, it's really easy to do some stuff with it. So all we have to do is just bind. It's just placing all these like text blocks or item or images and just binding it to the thing. So the character image is just going to the brush of it, and then you get the image brush from a texture, and then you just reference the player icon right there. Again, not bad. And then with the health bar, same thing. We're just getting the perimeter, creating the brush, and then there are some more material things. That gets a little tricky and not the best, but there's a couple videos I watched with it. I can try to link them below. Very helpful with that and the current health. So if we go to right here, this is where we're getting all the values. Just click that right here, custom controller. This is all the values you can get from the players. You can get their name, being revived, disconnected, being eliminated, reviving. But here's all like, they don't have resources or anything, which sucks. But again, you're gonna have to deal with it. But you have your health and shield, which is good enough for now. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with that. If I didn't break anything. Hopefully not. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any ideas or anything of things I should do, add, please let me know. It'd be a great help. Again, if anything's stupid and you're like, why are you even doing that? Again, let me know. I don't want to be creating something that's stupid and no one wants to play. So yeah, thanks, and have a great day.